Hello my loves, how are you? I hope you're well. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome back if this isn't your first time. Either way, I'm so glad you're here and joining me for today's reading, which is what are their feelings for you? Okay, so I am doing this with a romantic intent, so you probably already have a person in mind, but if you don't, just think about that. Either someone you're with, that you've been with in the past, you're interested in, or that you're just kind of wondering how they're feeling right now, because perhaps they haven't told you. If you don't think of anyone right now, it can be for someone that you'll meet in the future, but just know that I will read as if you already know this person, okay? So without any further ado, I'm just going to show you the piles that we have today. We have 4 different piles. I pulled out the Ace of Cups for each of the tarot decks for each pile. For pile 1, we have the Moonchild Tarot. For pile number 2, we have the Muse Tarot. For pile number 3, we have the Mystic Mondays Tarot. And finally, for pile number 4, we have the Ace of Cups from, well, yes, of course the Ace of Cups, but from the Fountain Tarot. Okay, so just go with your intuition. I'm going to try to show them all together at once. Go with your intuition as usual. Pick the one that stands out to you the most, or that kind of grabbed your attention right away, or first before all the others. If you can take a few deep breaths, if you need to choose, pause the video if you need more time. Otherwise, I'm just going to get right into pile 1, which is the Moonchild Tarot. And for the others, just go get your timestamp in the description box down below, and so you can skip to your reading, and I will see you there. Hello pile 1, how are you? I hope you're well. This is for those of you who picked this Ace of Cups from the Moonchild Tarot. Welcome to your reading. So, I pre-shuffled 2 oracle cards just to see what kind of energy you're in right now, what archetype represents you, as well as your person, okay? So first of all, for your person, hold on, how did I shuffle this? Yes, I shuffled it like this, sorry. So for your person, we have number 34, the Hummingbird Spirit, and it says, be here now. So this is the kind of energy that they are in right now. This is the archetype that they're represented by. So there might be a lot of greens, a lot of purples about their aura. Perhaps this is some of their favorite colors. Perhaps they wear it a lot. I heard even hair. Perhaps this is even the color of their hair, or it has been in the past. Either way, I think that this person might be caught up either in the present, no, the opposite. This person, perhaps they're caught up in the present too, but perhaps this person is very caught up in the past and or very daydreaming about the future, and therefore not in the present, and spirit would want them to be more in the present. Or the other extreme, which would be that they're so focused on the now that they don't plan long term at all, and that ends up also being a problem. So of course I forgot to mention it right before we started, but of course there's gonna be different messages here because this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and then leave the rest. And each of your situations is going to be different, okay? So you're gonna know what resonates for you. And for representing your energy, we have number 14. This is a chameleon spirits, and it says, act as if. I love the colors on this card. So I'm hearing 14 could be someone's birthday. If it's not, that's okay also. But I think perhaps right now, I think you're like not too sure how to act around this person maybe, or maybe in your life in general. Perhaps you don't really dare making the first move or telling them how you feel, so you're just like, or maybe your connection has been awkward in the past, or you're just not too sure how to move past that, and you're just kind of acting as if because of that. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're fake or anything like that, but there's definitely like a lack of transparency in this connection, which it kind of encourages you to act as if without necessarily having enough clarity, or without, you know, or because there's no clarity, it doesn't really want to make you be honest that much with the other person. Because if you're like, oh well, this other person isn't honest with me either, then why should I be? You know what I mean? So before we see how they're feeling about you, I just want to shuffle a couple of cards, or even just one card, just to kind of see what's the current state of your connection, to understand better what's going on here. So, okay. Is there anything else? 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's okay. I'm gonna keep this. Hold on, I'm sorry. So, we got 3 different cards here. The first card that we got is the Hierophant. And then we also have the Tower. And the Knight of Wands. So the Hierophant, like flipping out like that right from the beginning, as you saw, I think you're definitely already in some sort of commitment with this person, or you were before and you're not anymore. So you could very well be married to this person, or you have been in the past and now you're separated, or you're divorced, something like that. Because, you know, if only the Hierophant had come out, I would have just said, okay, you're probably married to this person, or you've been with this person for a long time. But then for the Tower, you saw how that kind of all came out, right? There were like too many cards and it was like super sudden. So I think if you're still with this person, that's fine. But I think perhaps recently things have been a bit rocky and you're not too sure where this is going. Maybe this is why you're here. I think, you know, this came out kind of on the side of your person. So I think that your person kind of, I don't know what happened exactly. I don't know if like, you know, whatever kind of shook up this connection. I don't know if it was like from one of you specifically, who kind of quote on caused it. But I think this person was quite surprised. I feel this person felt like their foundations with you were shaken and they didn't expect that. And I think that with this Knight of Wands, I think you've been very rash, you've been very impulsive. Maybe tension or resentment had been building up, and one day you just kind of lashed out, or you said something that you didn't necessarily want to, or I don't know, okay, something like that. Or you've been wanting to do this. And this is maybe this is just some of you are kind of like trying to tap into your true self a bit more, and it's making more passionate, fiery, independent parts of your personality come out, and this is, I think, your person kind of feels threatened by that. Maybe this is not your intention, maybe you don't even realize that this is what's happening here, but I think that that's what it is. If you're, you know, if you're still together and you don't really want to separate from this person. So, okay, let's just see, let's get into the real stuff and see how are they feeling about you. So, Spirit, please, how is pile 1's person feeling about them? What are their feelings for them? What are pile 1's person feeling for them? Is there anything else that wants to come out? Okay, we're gonna stop here. Interesting. Okay. So, I think I'm understanding the situation a bit more. Now, of course, as I said, it's gonna be a bit different for everyone, but you know, there's always a general message, a similar energy coming through. So we got the Wheel of Fortune. Then we got the Queen of Pentacles, and this came out right under your Chameleon card. So I think this is how they see you as a person, which is really nice. And you know, you don't have to be a woman, okay? Queen of Pentacles, it's just an archetype. We have the Moon in reverse. This came out under the Tower. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. The Two of Wands. The Hanged Man in reverse. And finally, we have the Ten of Swords. And why I said this was interesting at the end is because at the bottom of the deck, we got the Nine of Wands in reverse. Again, this is the same card as this one here. So this energy is definitely coming through. And Nine of Wands is typically an energy that comes through as well. Okay, so I might have been wrong when I said that, like, you were with this person before and you're not anymore, or, well, because I think some of you were together, whether married or some type of commitment, or you've just been with each other for a long time and you're committed to each other, you know, you were with this person and then something happened, it was difficult, maybe you separated, maybe you didn't, but you kind of, there was a distance between each other, and then some of you have either gotten back together or you're just kind of, you're not thinking of getting separated anymore, or you're trying to make things work but you don't know if that's gonna work, or you watching right now, you're not sure if you want to try to make this work, and this is why you're watching. Because I think I see definitely here that this person, I think they would be willing to try to make this work. I think that they would be willing to put the work in. You know, with the Two of Wands in the middle here underneath the Hierophant, I think that, you know, this connection could have some kind of spiritual, it could be spiritual in some kind of way. You could feel a spiritual connection with them. Perhaps you're both, I don't know, religious, if you're married and that's something that you share, or you have like similar spiritual beliefs, something like that. But I think with this Two of Wands, first of all, this person knows that you're at some kind, you both are at some kind of crossroad here. There needs to be a choice that is made. So I think this is kind of like, okay, like, do we try? Do we do this, or do we not do this? Like, we have to talk and we have to decide that and then commit to that decision together. But I think that this also shows, I think, first of all, I think that, because I don't know how you feel about this, maybe you feel a bit hopeless, maybe you're a bit pessimistic, even if maybe you want to make this work, you're not sure how that's going to happen or how that's going to be possible. But I think that they're actually very optimistic, okay, because, you know, you see that they feel like they're holding the world in the palm of their hands. I think that they see a lot of possibilities with you. I think that they're able to picture a future with you, a future that they would be happy in and that they would like you and them to be in together. Okay? And also, you know, we do have Three of Swords, which kind of has a representation that can seem a bit more negative, but it is reversed here. And underneath we have the Ten of Swords, which I know is also an imagery that's doesn't seem very pleasant, but actually the Ten of Swords I see actually as a more positive card. I mean, tarot cards are always more complex than just positive or negative, but to kind of sum it up, I think the Ten of Swords, I see it as kind of like the worst has already happened and now we're starting to heal, where, you know, the new dawn is coming up after the darkness. So this is kind of the feeling here. So I think that some stuff has happened in the past between you two that was difficult, but I think that they feel as if that is over, or that you've been through the worst of it or the most of it. And I think that they're ready to kind of move forward. They're ready to kind of try to move past this. And yeah, definitely, especially with this Two of Wands here as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think that they would want to try to start healing. I'm not sure if they know how or what kind of resources they have for that. Yeah, again, we have a confirmation of their optimism with this Wheel of Fortune here. They're very optimistic. They're very abundant. Maybe they are a Sagittarius, or they have Sagittarius placements, or strong Jupiter in their chart, something like that, which kind of is kind of what makes them so optimistic. I think that they truly believe that the wheel will turn in your relationship if it hasn't been a very pleasant part of your relationship recently or anything like that. I think that they're aware that life has cycles. I think that, okay, I'm hearing that they don't think whatever rough patch or patches you've experienced together, I think that they feel like this doesn't represent them or you or your connection. It doesn't define your connection, or it doesn't have to. It doesn't define you either. I think that they're quite mature, and I think that they do have love for you. So I think they're really, with this Queen of Pentacles here, I think that they really hold you in high regard. So if you are scared, or you feel like, oh my god, will they never be able to forgive me if I made some mistakes, or do they just kind of only see me as what I was at my worst? No, absolutely not. I don't think so at all. I think that they think you're very smart. Perhaps you're a businesswoman or man or person. Perhaps you are very established in your career. You're hardworking. You're very practical. And that's something that not only they appreciate, because sometimes you can help them with that, but they just like admire that. They just admire you as a person, okay? They know you're a queen. They see your worth, and this is also why they would be willing to fight for this, okay? And to really work on this with you, because I think that they would want to be your king or, you know, your queen. Don't mind the genders. I think that they could also see you as a very nurturing person. Perhaps you're not the most emotional, you don't really show your emotions very much, but you're very nurturing, you're very sweet. If you have children, either with them or not, you know, if you are a mother or father or a parent in some kind of way, I think that they see you as a very good parent. And if you have children like together, I think they consider you a very good parent to your children. I think that they feel lucky that you are the parent of their children. And I'm also getting that, you know, they think that because if you have children together, you're kind of inevitably gonna stay in each other's lives, because you're gonna have to kind of talk about the children and everything. So I think that even they're thinking, even if this doesn't work and we don't stay together, I'm grateful that they're the parent to my children and that my children has them. Okay, that's very sweet. But I think that they're very confused about how you feel. I think that's the thing. I think that they're also kind of, even though they know that the worst is behind them, I think that some part of them is still kind of processing what happened. Some of them are still kind of realizing what really happened, or perhaps are still trying to understand. Perhaps you've never really, perhaps you're more practical, like this Queen of Pentacles that you were represented by here. And we have the chameleon here, which is act as if. So maybe you act as if this didn't bother you that much, or you act as if this never happened, or you act as if you don't show how it affects or affected you emotionally. And this makes it really, really hard for them to kind of understand what's going on, because they're like, well, like, they know, I think they know how they feel, but yeah, they're like, I have no idea what they feel. So like they as in you. So, and perhaps there's some unanswered questions about what happened in the past. I don't know what happened, but perhaps there wasn't any kind of closure. Perhaps there's some stuff that were still confusing or needed clarity, and they're still kind of reflecting on that a little bit. I think if there is a situation in which you haven't answered their questions in some way, or you haven't given clarity, I think that they would really, really appreciate that if you did. And I think they would really just, I don't think they're playing any games, honestly. I think that they would love to just have like a direct, straightforward, and honest conversation about this. Like, this is how I'm feeling, this is how I view the situation, this is how, this is what I would be willing to do. I'm willing to try to make this work. Do you want that? Are you willing to do the work? Like, what's now? Okay, I think that they would love to have a really open conversation, to kind of lay all of your cards on the table and be able to have a conversation that's really, really productive and constructive. But, they're not going to force you to do that. So, and I'm also getting that they're kind of waiting for you to make the first step in that matter, okay? So, yeah. Because I'm kind of getting an energy here that maybe you're like, I think for some of you, maybe not all of you, but for some of you, both of you are not really talking about this properly to each other, or you haven't properly, and you're both like on your own side, in your own corner, thinking like, well, I would be willing to put the work and try to make this work, but I don't know if they do. I don't know how they feel. Do they feel the same? I think for some of you, like, you both feel this way in your own corner. You don't tell each other. And, and I'm not laughing at you, obviously, but now you know how they feel, okay? So if you love this person, if you want to be with this person, if you want to make this work, just go talk to this person, okay? Go talk to this person. Try to open your heart, be honest with them, and just see what you can do and where you can go in your connection from there, okay? To finish this off, I'm just gonna pull some advice from you, wow. For you, of course. Maybe I'm pulling from your subconscious, who knows? Also, by the way, all the decks that I'm using today will be listed down below in the description box, because I know how it feels to watch a tarot reader and be like, oh my god, what deck is this? And it's never listed anywhere. I mean, I always reply to my comments, of course, always, if you want to talk, but it's just something that I like to do. So anyway, just close the parentheses and let's just get some advice. So spirits, what is some advice for pile 1 about this connection, about this situation? What is some advice for pile 1? Is there anything else that wants to come out? Okay, I knew there was something else I wanted to come out. I was like, come on. Okay, so I'll take the one at the bottom as well. Oh, interesting. So the first card that came out is New moon eclipse, expect powerful change in reverse. And we also have fixed moon, hold your vision. So, you know, with this expect powerful change in reverse, I think that this says, you know, Spirit is trying to tell you, like, yes, powerful, big change could be coming up and it's totally possible, but you can't just expect it and wait for it to come to you. I think that you need to make the first move in that, okay? Maybe, I don't know, maybe the last conversation you've had, they said what they had to say, or they kind of done the last interaction, so they're just kind of waiting for you to do one back without really wanting to force it onto you. You know, I don't know, maybe it's just their personality is just not going to go towards you. So if you want this to happen, and I think a lot of you do, okay, because the fact that you're here, first of all, the cards that I'm getting, the vibe that I'm getting, and also there is hold your vision, okay? So if you really want to make this work, hold your vision. This is completely possible if you put the work, if you're honest with each other, and if you have the courage to open your heart and be vulnerable with each other, okay? But it's not going to happen by magic, is what is Spirit telling you here. But, you know, to encourage you, I took the card at the bottom of the deck, and that is New Moon and Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off, okay? So maybe some of you guys have been working on yourself. Some of you guys have been working to, if you've done perhaps mistakes in the past in this connection, you've been working to redeem yourself, or, you know, to be forgiven, or to forgive yourself, or you've been trying to improve your life, your quality of life, anything like that, any work that you've been doing to improve yourself, your life, or this connection, it has been paying off, okay? Even if you don't feel like it is, it has been. So you can trust that as well. But what I want to show is that when I removed this New Moon and Capricorn card at the bottom of the deck, right underneath, look what was hiding. We got the full moon in Leo, and it says, don't let pride get in your way. So this could be an issue for you. This could be a challenge for you. Perhaps your ego is being triggered in this situation, which, you know, is very normal. It happens to all of us. We are human. But if you stay in that energy of pride, and you're not going to be able to make this work, because for this to work, you need to open your heart and being honest, okay? And right underneath it, we have the waning moon. What do you need to release? So I think there's still something that you need to release. Perhaps that is your pride and your ego. I think a lot of you already know, but I think some of you feel like this is possible. You feel like you want this. You feel like this can happen. And perhaps some of you already know or suspected most of what I'm telling you, and this reading is just a confirmation for you. So, yeah, but this is totally possible, okay? So don't give up. Hold your vision, as this card says, okay? So Padawan, that is the reading that I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making this reading for you. If this resonated, please like this video, comment down below to let me know. I would love to speak with you. Share it and subscribe to my channel for more. I would love to have you here. If this didn't resonate very much, that's okay. Perhaps this message was not for you. I encourage you to pick a different pile or even a different reading. Again, take what resonates and then leave the rest. Also, I do private readings for both tarot and astrology, so if that is something that you are interested in, I will leave my contact information down below in the description box, so you can contact me over there and book a private reading if you want to, okay? So I will let you go on. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day or night, whatever time you're watching this. Once again, thank you for joining me. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who picked the Muse Tarot. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. So I hope you're excited for this reading. Sit back and enjoy. I do want to say, first of all, before we begin, that this is just a general reading, okay? So just take what resonates and then leave the rest. And also, I do private readings, both tarot and astrology. I will leave my contact information down below. So if you're interested, go check that out, okay? Let's start. So I pre-shuffled just 2 oracle cards to see one of them represents your person, what archetype represents them and their energy right now, and the other one represents you, okay? So for your person is represented here by the number 6, which is Beaver Spirit, and it says lay a solid foundation. So perhaps this is something that your person is trying to do, either in your connection or within themselves and their own lives, okay? I think that they're definitely working hard right now. They're not just being passive and not doing anything, okay? And you are represented by number 57. This is Squirrel Spirits, and it says believe in yourself. So I think some of you guys could need some self-esteem betterment, some self-love. Perhaps you guys have been really working at this, loving yourself more, accepting yourself for who you truly are, which is really a great thing and a really important thing. So I commend you for that. And you've been trying to believe in yourself more and take yourself more seriously, because perhaps some people haven't taken you that seriously in the past, and therefore you kind of learn to not take yourself so seriously when perhaps you should have, okay? So now that we know what kind of energy you both are in as individuals, I want to see what is the current state of your connection, just to have a better understanding of what's going on between you two right now. So also, by the way, this is a completely timeless reading. So I'm saying right now, but this is the right now for whenever you watch this, okay? So what is the state of pile 2's connection with their person? What's going on between them right now? What's the energy? Okay. What's the energy between pile 2 and their person? Is there anything else that wants to come out? No. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm going to stop right here. Okay, interesting. So we got 3 different cards. First of all, we got the 5 of Voices in reverse. The design of this card is really interesting to look at. We got the Page of Voices. And we have the 9 of Materials. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Inspiration. And I love this card so much. I just feel like the design and the imagery is so powerful and so beautiful. So I think what's going on here right now, I don't know if you're really involved with each other at all. I don't know if you're in some sort of relationship. It's not the energy that I'm getting. If you are, perhaps you're like long distance, or you're just kind of like not super into each other's business right now, because I think that what's going on here is that you're both really focused on yourselves individually. But I think that this is mostly, a good thing, in the sense that I think you're really doing this because you, for example, you're trying to love yourself more, and they're really trying to make a life for themselves. And I think you're both trying to find out who you are as an individual, separated from other people, separated from the connections that you form with others. And so if you were together in the past, or you were kind of at least more in contact, and you're not as much anymore, Even if you, and I think some of you know that this is why, perhaps you want to check that this was the reason. Yes, it definitely is. Perhaps you were in the past and you kind of, and you kind of stepped away from each other a little bit. Either you took a break or you broke up or something, or you just kind of like, stayed at some kind of distance, whether that's physically or not. You're just both doing your own thing, okay? I think that, especially we know that you're learning to love yourself more and accept yourself more, and this could be really specifically about your mind, your thoughts, your communication, the way that you speak, okay? I'm hearing Gemini. Some of you could be Geminis or have some sort of Gemini placement in your chart. If this is something that's challenging for you, communication and things like that, you could very much have like Gemini, Saturn, or Chiron, or either of these planetary bodies in the third house of your astrological chart. But if you don't, that's okay. Doesn't mean this reading isn't for you. But I think that you're trying to learn how to assert yourself verbally with people. You're trying to learn how to accept your own thoughts and not judge them, and to believe in yourself enough, believe in yourself as a person, but also in your own thoughts, in your own ideas, in your own opinions, and trying to not be too shy anymore to share them, which is really great. I think that if there has been any kind of dishonesty or immaturity in this connection before, I think that this is in the past, okay? Maybe you don't feel like this is completely resolved, because maybe this is kind of like you never really fully talked about that, you never got closure. So this isn't necessarily over in that sense, but it's over in the sense that it's not going to happen anymore. Because I think that if either of you or both of you are really immature and indirect and dishonest in the past, I think that the way that you've been working on yourselves is really kind of making that fade away. This is not something that you want anymore. You realized, I think that if there was some kind of conflict that made you both decide to go your own way, I think that now you've matured and you've both kind of understood what parts you perhaps have played in that decision or in that event. So they wouldn't deceive you, okay? This is really not the energy. And we got the Knight of Materials in the middle, which is once again confirming that you're both working on yourselves, okay? And I think that right now both of you are not necessarily completely happy, but at least in a much happier place than perhaps where you've left each other off, or then when the last time you've seen each other. Perhaps you don't really talk to each other anymore. But I think that you feel like you're in a better place, and you feel like you are also becoming a better person. And I feel like you kind of, perhaps there's a lot of mirroring in this energy, in this connection, but I think that they're the same, okay? Perhaps some of you are checking in right now too because you still have affection for this person. You're wondering how they're doing. I think they're also doing better than maybe the last time they saw you or when you were together, if they weren't at their best back then, okay? Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're both working to just kind of break free from this. Not necessarily this as in this connection, but from your demons, from your, your wounds. Wow, okay. From all the kind of norms that society tends to trap us into, and that make it so difficult to be authentic and be who we are unapologetically and accept ourselves wholly as a person. So let's just get into the serious stuff now and see, how does Pile 2's person feel about them? What are their feelings for them? Okay, wow. Interesting. Is there anything else that wants to come out? Okay. So we have the Two of Cups, first of all, which, you know, starting off strong. And this came out right underneath that Beaver Spirits card. We have Justice. We have the Page of Pentacles. The Tower in reverse. The Chariot in reverse. And finally, the Ten of Wands, okay? So I think that first of all, you know, I think they still have feelings for you, okay? That is like 99%, how did I say that? 99% sure. Some sort of romantic feelings for you. I think that they kind of see you perhaps even as their better half. If you feel like this is some sort of spiritual connection, like a twin flame or a divine counterpart or soulmate, something like that, they might kind of feel the same way. Or I think they just kind of know that like you're special to each other, like there's something special between you. And I think that they're scared that you've moved on completely, but that they're hoping, I think that they feel like they have an intuition that you feel the same, but they're scared it's just like wishful thinking and that you've moved on. But I mean, you probably haven't if you're here, so hi. They really, really want balance in this connection. They definitely see you as their equal, so if that's something that you were worried about, they definitely do. This came out under the Five of Voices in reverse. You know, when we're talking about if there was any dishonesty or any deception in the past, that is in the past. They wouldn't do that anymore. You wouldn't do that anymore, and you both don't want that in your connection, that kind of energy in your connection anymore. Okay, so I think that they see you. I think they see you for who you are. I do think so, but you know, in a more positive light. You might kind of feel like they idealize you, but I don't think that's really true. I just think that they're just more, maybe you're more pessimistic about yourself, you know what I mean? But they appreciate you a lot. I think that they see your power. I think that they think you're very smart. They really see you as their equal. So you're very smart, you're very kind, I'm also hearing. They definitely respect you. So you know, if they didn't really in the past, they do now for sure. If this connection is imbalanced now, they wish that would change, and they would be, I think they would be ready to remedy to that, but I think they also want you to do your part, because I think that they also feel like some of that was also your doing as well. So I think that they're also scared of, being foolish, I'm hearing, or like appearing foolish. So I think that they're scared of kind of looking like an idiot if they come up to you and they still have feelings for you and they kind of try it out, or you know, they try to tell you that and you've completely moved on, or you don't respect them or hold them in a regard as high as they do for you, so they feel like you know, like a fool, as I said. Or they're scared that, because they feel like they've matured and they've grown, and I feel like there's some kind of, you know, as I said, I think there's a lot of mirroring here, but I think for both of you, now that you're in more of a separation, you've come to a point where you're like, okay, I have a better understanding of what happened. You know, I was more immature. I had my part to play in that, and you know, bad stuff happened, or perhaps I said some things that I regret now that I shouldn't have, and but I recognize my responsibility. And I recognize that was because I wasn't evolved enough back then to know better. I think that they're scared that they know that they understand this now, but they don't know where you are at, and they're scared to kind of try this out with you. I think you were both scared to have outgrown your person, which is really interesting, but I think you haven't, because even though you don't know, perhaps you're not really in contact with each other, you've both been doing your work and growing as an individual. Okay, so I think that if you do kind of come back together or get to speak with this person, if you want to be with them, of course, I think that it's important for you to kind of let the other person see that you've changed without, you know, necessarily shoving it into their space, but just being natural and letting that do its thing. They're going to be able to perceive it, and also just both being very mature and accepting to hold yourselves accountable for what you're responsible for, whether that's now or from the past. I think that things aren't moving in this connection right now, and that they're kind of frustrated about it. I feel like they wish they could just go to you. Some of them really are kind of waiting for you to make a move, or they feel like things are imbalanced and you should kind of pour into the cup a bit more right now or at first. I don't know. Maybe the last time you saw them, you were like, don't speak to me anymore, or something like that. And they want to respect that, or and they don't want to, you know, come towards you and risk making you angry or making you feel upset or unsafe or anything like that. So they're just kind of waiting for you to, if not to make your move, to send some kind of signal. I heard astral, so you could kind of send, if this is some kind of spiritual connection, you feel like you're connected into the 5D, you could try to send some kind of astral message or you know, signal or telepathy. You know, if you're into that stuff, if you feel like that's something you could do in this connection, then feel free. I think that they're also worried. I think some of you are with another person, or you've seen another person since you were with them in the past, and if you do, or if you have, I think that they know. I think they're quite sad about it, but they try not to care too much, and they're like, it's their life, you know, maybe they've moved on. But I think that they're scared that you've completely moved on, as I said before, and they're scared that you're gonna choose your new person, or that you're really, really happy with this new person and you don't care, nor do you think about them anymore. For some of you, you're not with a new person, but they're scared that you are. Yeah. And I think that they're trying to, I think that they know what, I think they mostly know what they want, and they're trying to figure that out as well. And I think that they're scared that you're not gonna know what you want. I think they're scared of that as well. So if you're not sure what you want, it's really good that you think about that, okay? Especially if you would want to get into communication with this person, or you know you're gonna see them again. Yes, I think that I heard taken for granted. They might have felt taken for granted in the past. Oh my god, stop, that's so cute. Wait. I just saw, because we have the Page of Pentacles right underneath the Nine of Materials, and the Nine of Materials is the Knight of Pentacles. I heard, you know that, like, I think I saw it online, that cheesy pickup line, which is like, on a scale of 1 to 10, you're a 9, and I'm the one you need. This is what I'm getting from this. Which is really silly, but it's really cute as well. Yeah, so they could feel like this, okay? So I think that they would be willing and ready to give to this connection, but perhaps you've taken them, or they feel like you've taken them for granted in the past. Perhaps in the past they feel like they've given a lot more than you have, and they're scared to be taken for granted or be taken advantage of. Or perhaps this isn't about anything that has happened in the past between you, but it's something that happened in their past with other partners or other people in their life. And they're like, yes, I'm willing to give to this connection, but I also, like, I'm insecure about being taken for granted or being taken advantage of, and I want to make sure that if I give to you and I invest in this connection emotionally, like, you're gonna be there, and I'm not gonna be alone, and you're not gonna leave me hanging. I think they're scared of that, and this is kind of making them kind of shy and making them not make their move, okay? So if you want to make this work and you have that kind of conversation with each other, bring up this equal give and take thing. Okay, they do want, they want equal give and take, they want justice, they want balance, they want equal. And I don't think they're going to be interested if you don't want that at all. So this is important for you to be honest to each other about. And you can bring that up with them as well. It could also even be if you're if you know you're both serious about trying to make this work with each other. I think that it could be really great for you to both verbalize your needs and tell the other person quite clearly, like, what I want from you, what I expect from you. Yeah. So this could all be something good to, you know, I said, like, they're scared you might not know what you want. So think about what you want if you don't. Think about what your needs are if you don't know what they are. And what you would expect from them if you would be willing to give this another try or a try at all. Okay, just think about all of that. In the meantime, perhaps of kind of reconciliating with this person, because I'm not really seeing like whether like, oh yes, it's gonna happen, or oh no, it's not gonna happen. I think it's really up to both of you. But as I said, I think they're kind of waiting for you to make your move. So it's kind of like, when do you feel ready, kind of stuff. Or perhaps you're just, it's gonna be the universe doing its work, and you're gonna see each other when it's time. Okay. But anyway, so I just want to finish this reading off with giving you some advice from Spirit. So can you give some advice about this connection for pile 2, please? Can we get another card? Yeah, thank you. I decided to not read reversals for this deck right now. So we got the full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. So yes, absolutely. I think that you guys have been spending some time apart working on yourselves, but I think that now you've reached some kind of maturity, you've reached some kind of goal, you've reached some kind of personal happiness and independent security within yourself, that you're kind of like, okay, and now like I'm good, like let's look into this relationship now. I think that now you're ready, or you're near ready to perhaps get back into each other's lives and try to make this work again, or make this work, you know, if you didn't try in the past, but you know what I mean. So yes, or if you have been working on something in particular, like a personal cycle in your life, it's coming to an end, okay? And it's going to be very, very peaceful. It's going to help you, when it kind of closes out, you're going to have a lot more energy and time to think about all of this. It's going to be easier for you as well. Again, we have the full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. So you don't need to freak out about knowing everything that's going to happen, knowing how you feel, knowing how they feel, knowing how can we make this work. Not like, some of the answers will come to you naturally, or will be kind of given to you by the universe, or even perhaps by this person. So I'm not getting a really, really kind of stressed out, like, oh my god, we need to make this work, go, 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 go kind of energy from this reading. So yeah, you don't need to stress out. You don't need to. It's fine. Like, if it's meant for you, you're not gonna miss out, okay? But I'm not really, perhaps some of you are stressed about this, but I'm getting a lot of you aren't, okay, which is good. We have the new moon eclipse, expect powerful change. So yeah, there's some of that that's just kind of out of your hands, but you just have to trust that you're going to be ready when it happens. So don't worry about it. There's a lot of it that you just can't control. So you just kind of have to surrender to this connection and to the universe about it. And finally, what better card to finish this reading off? We have the full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. Okay, how beautiful. I feel like I don't even have anything to say about that. I feel like it's really, really speaks for itself, okay? And just adds another confirmation to the feeling that I got, that this connection wasn't necessarily fated or doomed. It just is, and it's about whether you're willing to do this or not. If you're both willing to try to make this work, it's completely possible for you. Okay, so pile 2, that was the reading that I received for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it resonated and that it was insightful. If it was, please like this video to let me know. Comment down below. I would love to discuss with you. Share this video and subscribe to my channel for more. I would love to have you here. If this didn't resonate very much, that's okay. Feel free to pick a different pile or even a different reading. Perhaps there's something more accurate for you over there. Once again, just take what resonates and then leave the rest. Perhaps it's not this entire reading that was meant for you. You'll know what resonates for you and what applies to your situation. I do private readings for both tarot and astrology. If you're interested in that, I will leave my contact information down below in the description box. So just contact me over there if you're interested in that. I would love to speak with you and do a reading with you, okay? But anyway, I will let you go on with your day. I wish you an amazing rest of your day or night. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 3. How are you? I hope you're doing good. This is for those of you who picked this Ace of Cups card from the Mystic Mondays Tarot. Welcome to your reading. So, I pre-shuffled 2 oracle cards before I started recording this video for each pile. One of them, they're from my Spirit Animal Oracle deck, and one of them represents your person's energy and the other represents you. So let's just start with that. Your person is represented here by the number 60, which is the Swan Spirits, and it says time for a deep dive, okay? So this person could need some time out for themselves. This person could need some just time in their life to get to know themselves, to get to know what they really want in their life, and just to get to know like their true self is what I'm getting. It's time for them to kind of stop ignoring or dismissing their emotions, perhaps, if that's something that they do, and just let themselves dive deeper within that and just see, okay, what is really going on within myself. You are represented here by the number 31, which is the Groundhog Spirit, and it says time to let go. So there is something or someone that you need to let go of that perhaps you've been really latching onto. This could be this person or this connection as well. If you're really holding on too tightly to this person, hoping for something happening right now, know that this person right now might be, I'm hearing Dark Night of the Soul, so this might be something that they are going through right now or that they need to go through right now. I suggest that you look that up if you don't know what that is, but they just need some time out to themselves. Okay, it's not necessarily about you, but they need to grow and to learn how to take care of themselves. Okay, so if you're really hopeful that something should or will happen right now, where they will transform and be the idealized person that you would want them to be. I'm just telling you right away. I mean, we haven't shuffled a lot of cards now, but I'm telling you right away that you might need to, if not letting go of this person, to at least let go of this idea or this fantasy, okay? This ideal that you have of them and of your connection together, okay? So before we get into their feelings, I just want to see what is the state of your connection right now so that I can have a better understanding of the situation and of your connection. So Spirit, what is the state of Pile 3's person and themselves? What is the state of their connection? Interesting. Oh, okay. So, one. Is there anything else that wants to come out? 1, 2, 3. Jesus. 4, 5. Okay, so we have a lot of cards that came out. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. So we have the 6 of Swords, which came out right under the Swan Spirit. So again, this is another confirmation that they might need to move away from something or detach themselves from something or someone. And that someone could be like themselves or the image of themselves that they've built over the years. We have the 8 of Pentacles with underneath the 3 of Wands in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords. Sorry if you're hearing the noise in the background. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Cups, which is the first card that came out, actually, as well as the 6 of Wands. Okay, so both very, very victorious, happy cards. So I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that, but we're going to get into all of this. Okay, there's a bigger picture here. And finally, we have Strength in reverse, which came out under your card, which is the Groundhog Spirit. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I think there's definitely a confirmation here about the fact that this might not be happening right now. If you want this to happen right now, I'm just telling you it's not gonna happen. Like, we have the Swan Spirit, we have the 6 of Swords, we have the 8 of Pentacles, which is about working on something for a long time, working slowly but surely, discovering one's vocation and what we're really truly passionate about, and being very dedicated to it. And we have the 3 of Wands in reverse underneath it. And the 3 of Wands is about rewards coming, is about new opportunities coming. It's about also seeing the bigger picture and having plans for the future, and it's in reverse here. So I think this person might need to kind of isolate themselves because they need to kind of figure out, okay, where do I go from here? You know, where am I in my life right now? What do I really want to do with my life? What's my purpose? This might be things that they're trying to figure out, and this is not going to happen right away, okay? And especially with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles is already the slowest knight of the deck, but in reverse here, this is just like, it's not just that like your person is on their way and it's going to take a little while, is that they're not even on their way yet. Not because they don't want this, but they're just like, right now they're caught up in their own stuff and they need to figure that out first, and they don't know how much time that's going to take. So you need to let go of the idea that you need to be together right now, or that it needs to work right now, or that it needs to be perfect right now, or that they should, or they're going to be capable of just overcoming this big existential crisis or questioning that they have right now, okay? This could be, you know, someone might need to evolve from the Knight of Swords to the Queen of Pentacles here. They may need to learn how to understand their worth better. I think they need to understand when to be impulsive and just go for what they want and be really, really straightforward and honest without also being rude, and when to be more nurturing, more calculating, more strategic person. With the Queen of Pentacles, they might also be someone who needs to kind of learn how to balance their masculine and their feminine energy within themselves, and they're trying to figure that out. But you know, with the Ten of Cups and the Six of Wands, I think some of you guys are already together. There's some sort of acknowledgement that, you know, if you don't really love each other, or if you don't, but I think you do, most of you do, or if you haven't told each other, at least there's some sort of acknowledgement that you make each other very happy. And some of you are like, we're each other's person, yes. Or like, this was or is the best relationship of my life. Or you're like the love of my life. Perhaps it's even something that you've said to each other. And I don't think this situation right now changes that. I don't think that they feel like that has changed. It's just like they need to find themselves, okay? Because both of these cards are upright. They're not in reverse, and they're not like, I don't know, like hidden underneath at the bottom of the deck. Or no, they're out here. Like, we acknowledge that energy. It's there. I think you both make each other very happy. And you both feel like the happiest man or woman or person in the world when you're with each other. I think you both feel very lucky to have each other in your lives and to be with each other if you're in a relationship or in a connection of some sort. Yes, okay. So let's get into the real deal, which is, how are they feeling about you? I'm just going to push this up a little bit, too, in case a lot of cards come out like before. So how is pile 3's person feeling about pile 3? How is pile 3's person feeling about them? What are their feelings for them? Is there anything else that wants to come out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's see. So we have the Two of Cups in reverse. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Wands. So we have the number 7 twice. The number 7 can be a number of spirituality. So they could be connecting to their spirituality, going through some sort of awakening. This is the change that they're meant to go through right now. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. I almost said the Eight of Wands for some reason. No, the Eight of Swords in reverse. We have the King of Swords in reverse. I had a feeling this would come out at least once during one of the piles today. We have the King of Wands upright this time. And finally, we have the Four of Wands in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, and right underneath, whoops, the Eight of Cups in reverse, and what you saw was the Knight of Swords again. And again, because we have the Knight of Swords here. But anyway. So this kind of goes into the same direction as before, although I do think that there's someone, there might not be someone who's very assertive, or they are just like, they could have trouble speaking their mind with you sometimes when they're with you, not because you necessarily stifle their communication or their expression, or because you don't accept them or anything. I think that they're scared. Maybe you're an emotional person and you can react quite strongly sometimes, and they wish they could avoid that, or you don't, but they just, maybe they just know that if they spoke their truth, it could or would probably hurt you, and they wish that didn't need to happen. They're scared to hurt your feelings. They're scared to not just, I mean, hurt your feelings. It sounds kind of bad, or it sounds like they don't care that much, but they really do care a lot about you. But I mean, I think you know this obviously, but they wish they didn't have to make you sad. Okay, again, this is like, it's not that they don't think like you're the one for each other. It's not that they think you're bad for each other. It's not that they think that, oh my god, I don't love you anymore, I don't want to be with you anymore. It's just that like they need not only to speak their truth, they need to find their truth. And it's like a visceral need so deeply that they kind of can't ignore this. But they really, really want you. I'm getting like a really desperate feeling. They're like, I love you, but like, they really want you to understand. They really want you to understand that it's not about you. It's not that they don't love you anymore. It's just like, there's just something else going on that's really calling to them, and they really feel like they have to go do that. But it's not, has nothing to do with your connection or with how they feel about you. Because I think that they feel like the world has so much to offer to them, but they just don't know. They don't know what's really possible. They don't know what's real, what's not real. They don't know, perhaps they don't know what they stand up for. They don't know what their values are. They don't know what they want. They don't know, okay, maybe so many offers are given to them, but they don't even know which one they want. They don't know what they're passionate about. They don't know which one would make them happy. And they're like, oh my god, I need to figure this out. But I think that they also see you as a very precious person. And I think that they see the connection that you have with each other to be precious. But they just, again, they need to assert themselves and speak their truth, because in some way they feel, I mean, that sounds bad worded like this, they feel trapped in their relationship, not because they feel like you trap them. They feel trapped when they decide to not speak their mind. So that's on them. But yeah, they just kind of need to come out and say it. Yeah, once again, I'm kind of getting like there's someone who's quite perhaps more reflective and more intellectual, and they're just not connected to their emotions, and they're not connected to what they're passionate about, and they're like, no, I want to look forward. I want to be this King of Wands. This King of Swords energy in reverse is just, it's not me, or it's not me anymore. It doesn't serve me anymore. Like, I want to move forward in my life with this King of Wands. And there are some things that I need to do for me. There's some things I need to find out for myself. And so at the end of the day, they feel like perhaps they can't really offer you the stability that you want, or that you're looking for, that you're asking of them right now. Not because they don't want to, or because they're not capable at all. It's just that right now they're not capable because of all of this that's going on for them. They can't offer you stability right now because they don't have stability within themselves right now, but they want to find that. They want to. For themselves, yes, but I think also for you. But they're really trying to focus on themselves and doing for themselves, because perhaps they're someone who kind of would do a lot of things for other people in the past, and they're like, this one I need to do for myself. I need to be quote on selfish this time, and I need to kind of love myself enough to let myself have this for once. So I just want to end off your reading by giving you some advice. So, Spirit, what is some advice for pile 3 and the connection they have with their person? Is there anything else? Is there anything else that wants to come out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have the full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. So if you feel like this has been stagnant, or you feel like there's something going on, there's something up with them and they're not telling you, it's gonna come up to the surface soon, okay? We have the full moon in Pisces, balance spirituality and practicality. So look at this with a spiritual eye as well, for both of you. It's important to have like a more holistic understanding of the situation and a more bigger picture kind of vision here. And we have the cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. So you might need to initiate this conversation or to kind of confront them, you know, not necessarily in an accusatory way, but just kind of bring this up with them, okay? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the balsamic moon, a time for healing. Yeah, so that will probably be needed as well. Okay, so pile number 3, that is the reading that I received for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated and that it was insightful. If it was, please like this video to let me know. Comment down below. I would love to speak with you about this. Share this video, subscribe to my channel for more. I would love to have you here. If this didn't resonate, that's okay. Perhaps this wasn't meant for you. You feel free to pick a different pile or even a different reading. But remember, just take what resonates and leave the rest. Perhaps some of this was for you and some of it wasn't. You'll know what applies to your situation and what doesn't, okay? So trust yourself on that. I do private readings, both tarot and astrology. You can contact me to book with me. All my contact information will be down below. But anyway, enough rambling on my part. I will wish you an amazing rest of your day or night, whatever time you're watching this. Once again, thank you for joining me today. I'm sending you so much love and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 4. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who picked the Ace of Cups from the Fountain Tarot. If this is your pile, welcome. So before we get into it, I just want to say that this is a general reading, so make sure to just take what resonates and then leave the rest. And also I do private consultations, so for both tarot and astrology. So if that's something you're interested in, I will leave my contact information down below, so go check that out if you are interested, okay? But without further ado, let's just get into your reading. So first of all, I pre-shuffled 2 oracle cards here that represents the first one represents what energy your person is into right now and what archetype represents them, and the other card is you, okay? So your person here is represented by the number 5, which is the Bat Spirit, and it says a rebirth is assured. You are represented by the number 4, which is Badger Spirit, and it says be fearless and bold. Okay, interesting. I'm also noticing these are kind of following numbers. You are 4, they're 5. So interesting. Okay, number 55. 55, no. Well, maybe, but number 54 might be relevant for some of you guys. I'm hearing 54 days. I don't know if that means anything to you guys. I don't know if that's a song. I don't even know if there's a song called that. Maybe it's an inside joke, or it's literally the number of days since the last time you saw this person. I don't know, but you'll know how this applies to you. Anyway, so I just want to start, before we get into the feelings, I want to start and see what is the state of your relationship right now, so that I can have a better idea of what's going on with this relationship and understand this better. So what's going on in this connection? What's going on in this connection, spirits? What is the state of Pile 4 and their person's connection? Is there anything else? Yes. Okay, is there anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. So yeah, okay. Definitely, I don't think there's much going on in this situation right now. I mean, in this connection. I think most of you, if not all of you, are probably in some form of at a distance from each other, or in some form of separation here. Because we have a lot of cards about being still, or just a lot of cards about not moving. So we have the 5 of Coins in reverse. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have the 8 of Wands. And we have the 4 of Swords in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. And at the top, we have the Tower. So, you know, I did say there isn't a lot of movement here, but we do have the Tower at the top, and we do have the 8 of Wands, which is a card of action, but there's like a lot of cards of inaction, and then a lot of cards of like boom, very intense, fiery, quick, impulsive action. So like, I don't know if like this connection is like very imbalanced, and sometimes you get a lot, sometimes you get nothing, or if this connection has been very stagnant, that's not going to be the case for too long anymore, especially with this Bat Spirit that says a rebirth is assured, okay? Yeah, if there hasn't been any movement and you're kind of frustrated about that, you would want movement, it's definitely coming. But I feel like some of you guys are kind of hopeless or pessimistic about this connection, and perhaps your person is as well. With this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you feel like the wheel is not going to turn in your favor. You feel like perhaps you've missed your chance, or you've given or had too many chances and now it's really, really over. Or you're just not trusting in divine sorry, you're really not trusting in divine timing and in the universe making this happen for you. Okay, some of you guys felt left out in the cold, or you're like, well, this is just how this connection is, like there's no better, it's not possible, or it's not gonna happen, or the person doesn't care enough for it to happen, so it's just gonna stay like that. even though perhaps you would want something different. But I think a lot of you guys are perhaps frustrated about this inaction kind of energy. So without further ado, let's just get right into their feelings, okay? So what is pile 4's person? What are their feelings for pile 4? How do they feel about pile 4? What feelings do they hold for pile 4? Interesting. So wow. How does pile 4's person feel about pile 4? Is there anything else that wants to come out? One. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We got a lot of cards. Yeah, we do. We do. So let's just see. I'm going to place them accordingly. I don't feel like I should read the cards in reverse for this deck, so I won't, but I will mention it if it came out in reverse. Wow, okay, I just want to say, first of all, pile 4, you're like ruminating over this connection, over this situation, you're sad, some of you are really frustrated. You're a lot more pessimistic than your person, okay, first of all. They're a lot more optimistic than you about all of this. So the first card that we got is the Hierophant. We have the Chariot. This came out in reverse. We have the Four of Wands. I'm hearing Pisces moon. They could be a Pisces moon. We do have the moon card here. Or have like moon in the 12th house, or like conjunct Neptune, something like that in their birth charts. So they have like a Piscean quality perhaps. We have the 5 of Coins. Well, the Pentacles here, but this is the same card as the 5 of Coins here. Same card. We have the 2 of Cups. And underneath we have the 9 of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have finally the King of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Swords. And at the top, we have Strength. Okay, so I think they have a lot of feelings for you. They have a lot of love for you. That seems very, very obvious to me. And from the cards that we got here, I mean, the first card that we got is the Hierophant. So this card, some of them are thinking like, I'm gonna marry this person. Like, no doubt. I will get married to this person. And we, with the Chariot here, they're very determined. They're like, oh no, I know what I want. Maybe in the past I didn't. Now I know what I want. I'm gonna marry this person. I'm going for it. Or they at least want some sort of commitment with you. They know, I think they view you as someone who's very solid. You could be a Taurus as well, or have Taurus placements. I'm hearing Taurus Venus. You could have Taurus placements. If so, they really like that side of you. You could be a very spiritual person and they see your power. They see you for who you are. If they didn't see that in the past, they do now for sure. And they really, really appreciate that. They're attracted to that actually. Yeah, with this Piscean quality, they could feel like your connection has a spiritual quality to it. I got the intuitive hit that they could be a Pisces. They would be like a really spiritual, or at least kind of naturally open to spirituality type of person. They could be, I'm also getting kind of like emotional and like romantic. They could be someone who also is quite okay, I heard lonely, so well, that's kind of sad, but they could be lonely. They just could be someone who is more of a lone wolf kind of person, or they like spending time alone, so they spend a lot of time by themselves and reflecting on what is happening in their life and how they're feeling about it. With this Four of Wands, they feel like you are solid, they feel like you could build a foundation together, and they could offer you something that would make the both of you really happy. You know, with the Wands here, this could be 11-11, so if you've been seeing 11-11, this could be messages from them, confirmation from spirit, things like this. I'm hearing text you at 11-11, so maybe they've texted you at 11-11 in the past, or they will, or you will by accident. I don't know. There's something for us about that. Okay, or maybe they're even going to tell you about the signification of 11-11 if they're kind of spiritual about that and they believe that you are. They're going to bring that up, like angel numbers and stuff like that. They might be like, oh, when I see 11-11, I wish upon a star and you're my star. Oh my god, that's so cute. I don't know where that came from. I just said that. Or there might be like, when it's 11-11, I think about you, something like that. That's really sweet. But I feel like they do acknowledge that there's something going on here. There's something perhaps that needs to be reparated. There's something, perhaps your connection in the past wasn't the best, or perhaps you're acknowledging that that they or you, or both of you didn't have the best experiences in the past, in your past romantic relationships, and you're both kind of wounded people who felt left out in the cold, and you're just not at your best, and perhaps you both want to love each other, but you just don't know how, or you're scared to do it quote on wrong. Because what you were, the kinds of relationships that you were into before weren't perhaps the healthiest or the happiest. But I feel like they want this, and they want this to be a happy, healthy, respectful relationship. I also heard boundaries. So they could have boundaries, they could be working on that, they could acknowledge and respect your boundaries. I think, yeah, that's not something that would like make them insecure in any way, or at least they're working on it. They definitely see you as some sort of like soulmate, you're special, you're the one kind of energy. And especially like, this is so beautiful, you guys. I think this is like the most romantic pile, but like, don't tell the others, okay? With this Nine of Cups, you're their wish fulfillment. Like, I'm hearing, I didn't know, I needed you. I'm hearing, wait. I'm hearing a song that kind of that has a sentence that sounds like that, but I can't remember it. It's not a song I'm used to hearing, but maybe you guys are gonna know that. Maybe you guys are gonna be able to understand that. They think you're their wish fulfillment, literally. They're like, you're the one they never knew they needed. Perhaps they're also that kind of person who is like, they never knew, perhaps they never thought, or they never knew they like wanted children, perhaps, and you do, or they want to have children with you, or even perhaps you have children and they have no problem with that and they like your children if you know them, or they're like, oh, I never wanted, or they're like, oh, I'm the person who never wanted to get married, and now I've met you and I want to get married to you because you're so special and I love you so much, and I'm so invested in this connection emotionally, and I'm so what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, they're just like, I'm only getting whipped as like, you know, the kind of slang term. They're like whipped over you, that kind of terms. I don't know if you speak like this or they do. But yeah. I think they're optimistic about this, especially if they are connected to their spiritual beliefs. They think that they believe in divine timing. If it's not happening right now, it's going to happen later if it's meant to. They really believe in this. But I'm also getting, this is kind of the kind of person who, I mean, it sounds weird said like that, but who forces themselves to be optimistic, and not in a negative, not in a weird way, not in a like toxic positivity way, but in a kind of like fake it till you make it kind of way. Maybe you even know this about them, but they're gonna like make themselves believe that they believe in something, and then they actually believe in it. Do you know what I mean? I know that sounds like nonsense, but this is the kind of stuff that they do. And I get it, honestly, I do the same, and it works wonders. It sounds weird, but it does work wonders. But anyway, they could be a Sagittarius or Jupiterian kind of person also, or have that in their chart as, you know, perhaps alongside Pisces or Neptune, that kind of stuff. You could have Neptune and Sagittarius. Yeah, okay. I feel like they know they could be your king or queen or ruler, you know, whatever their gender. This is just energy. They're like, I could be your hero, baby, that kind of stuff, you know. They're really romantic. That's cute. But perhaps they know that like they still need to work on themselves and free themselves before they can get to the status of the energy of the King of Cups here. But they know they can and they want to. And they want you to be able to see that and to believe in them in that way. Okay, so to finish off your reading, I just want to give you some advice about this connection. By the way, all the decks that I'm using today will be listed down below in the description box as usual. So, spirits, what is some advice for pile 4 about this person and this connection? Okay, well, that's pretty clear. Wow. Okay. We have the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. So if there is some sort of cycle that needs to close out, either between you two or individually on their side or on your side, this is coming. If you need some sort of closure, that would be coming as well. We have the new moon eclipse, expect powerful change. So whatever the situation is right now between you two, that is bound to change, okay? And we always go back to this bad spirit when they're getting that says a rebirth is assured. I feel like I saw this card at the beginning, you know, before we got any of these cards out, and I just kind of knew. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I get what kind of reading this is going to be. And I feel like everything coming out just kind of confirmed that. So that's kind of why I keep getting back to it, because it rings so true. And we got the 2 Sagittarius cards of this deck. Okay, just look at me talking about Sagittarius before, and they kind of came out next to the Wheel of Fortune as well. So we have the new one in Sagittarius, which is luck is on your side. And we have the full moon in Sagittarius, which is look at the bigger picture. So yeah, this kind of resonates with what I said before. Perhaps some of you guys are Sagittarius. I'm hearing Sagittarius Saturn. Some of you guys could be have Saturn and Sagittarius and therefore kind of struggle with optimism perhaps. This could also be a message for you to tap more into your Jupiter energy and to your optimistic energy. Lucky, abundant, you know, really kind of believing that you can get everything that you wish for and that you can get this connection to a point where you're both very, very happy with each other, and this is, you find something that matches with what you want and what you need, both of you. Okay, so that is a very beautiful reading. Oh yeah, I didn't show you that. Finally, at the bottom of the deck we had the full moon, surrender to the divine in reverse. Okay. On the top, what did we have? Yeah, okay, no, that's not interesting to the reading. I don't feel like I need to read that to you. So anyway, pile 4, that is a reading that I received for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. I had a great time reading for you. I hope that it resonated and that it was helpful and insightful. If it was, definitely like this video to let me know. Comment down below to let me know how this applies to you. I would love to speak with you on this and discuss. Share this video, subscribe to my channel for more. I would love to have you here. Once again, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and then leave the rest. You'll know intuitively what applies to you and what doesn't. So, you know, no need to worry if something kind of sounds weird. Perhaps it's not for you. If this didn't resonate at all, or the majority didn't, and you felt drawn to another pile, then feel free to go watch a different pile or even a different reading. There might be something more accurate for you over there. There's no wrong way to do this as long as you're following and trusting your intuition, as always. Once again, I do private readings, both tarot and astrology, so if you're interested, definitely hit me up. I will leave my contact information down below. But anyway, enough rambling on my part. I will send you off. I wish you an amazing rest of your day or night, whatever time you're watching this. Thank you once again for joining me. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.